Hello. So today I'm gonna make this soup. My boyfriend got me this soup cookbook for my birthday because I really love soup. And so we're gonna do the spinach, rocket, and pea soup with brie crude. I don't know if I'm saying that right. My French isn't that good. And if you're American, the rocket is arugula. Arugula. Yeah, because we don't call it that because it's very confusing. Anyways, so yeah, I'm just gonna start making it, and then I will just put the recipe in the caption. Okay, so all the ingredients we have, one medium leek. There's leek in like all of these recipes, I think. I guess it's a really common vegetable in France and most of Europe. I had like heard of it before I moved to France, but I don't know if I'd ever really seen one or used one in anything. But it tastes a lot like an onion, so it's good. And then we need garlic. This is 1 clove, but I'll probably do 2 because garlic makes everything better. And then it says 1 large potato. I didn't really have like a large potato, so I just did these 2 kind of medium sized. Vegetable stock. I'll have to make the vegetable stock because I just had the bouillon. And I got the chicken because I think it tastes better. And then water. I have that. And then it says frozen peas, but I got these kind because I can save them a little better and I don't have a big freezer. And then spinach. And the rocket, arugula. And then pouring cream. I have another one of these. But I also have this creme fraiche that needs to be used, as long as it's still good, so maybe I'll use some of that. So I guess I'll just chop everything up first, and then follow the rest of the instructions, because then I don't have to worry about timing and everything. I'll have everything cut up, so I'll just start doing that. So it says to use a saucepan for the butter and then the leek, but I don't really like using more than one pan if I don't need to, and it's all gonna go in here anyways, so I'm gonna take the butter. It says 440 grams. This is 250. I have to do math now because, okay, hold on. this is about 40 grams. We'll see. If not, I don't really have much left, so. On medium heat. So we'll melt the butter, add the leek. I'm not sure if I want this much leek because I don't like it to be super oniony. And then I did use 3 cloves of garlic, but I'm gonna wait and see. I'm not gonna use all of it at first. I'm just gonna see how it is and then add more if I want more. So. I am also going to make this brown butter a little bit. I think that would be, add a little bit of, I don't always like it in baked things, but sometimes it's good with like cooked things. Does that make sense? Like sometimes it's not that good in cookies if I brown the butter first, but sometimes it's really good in like soups if you brown the butter first. So, just based on the smell, because I haven't tried it before and it's not all blended up, so I can't really taste it. I have some fresh basil that it's getting cold, so it's gonna die soon. So I'm just gonna add some of my fresh basil. And I guess like fresh herbs usually have a much stronger flavor to them. So if you want to add a little bit of basil, but you don't maybe love basil, I love basil, so I put a lot in there. But you maybe want to use less if you're not as big of a fan of basil. But you also don't have to add it at all. It's not actually called for in the recipe, so. I also added a little bit of sage, and then salt and pepper. Because sage to me is kind of similar to basil. It's just, I smell it and then I smell the spice that I'm thinking of adding, and if it kind of goes together in my head, then I put it in. So, yeah, I mean, it's up to you. Cooking is just up to your own preference. You make it how you want to make it, so, yeah, you don't have to make it the same way I'm making it. You don't have to make it the same way the book says to make it. It's up to you, whatever you like. Okay. Also, sometimes it's whatever you have. I've been making a lot of soups with just like whatever vegetables I have at home, and they've always turned out pretty well. So if you just have a bunch, even like cucumber, because I forgot, like you make pickles out of cucumbers, so they're not always like the fresh, like fruity kind of flavor that you get when you eat them like plain. So yeah, you can pretty much take any vegetables and put them in a soup. I've always had a lot of like garlic and onion and sometimes shallots, and so if you use those as kind of a base, it's pretty much always good. But some people don't really like to eat like onion and garlic because it makes your breath smell bad. So I don't have much advice for you there, except I guess like bouillon, using like a stock probably makes it pretty easy, and using spices that fit with whatever vegetables you're using. So bone broth is really good too, especially in the winter, because it helps to like heat you, like with circulation. It helps your circulation so that you're better heated, like you stay warm. I'm not a doctor, obviously, so I'm not explaining this very well. But yeah, bone broth is really good. It's really good for all kinds of things. I've always heard it's really good. Look it up. Don't trust me. I'm, just some person. I study wine, so don't trust me. I don't know anything about bone broth really, but I've just heard a lot of things about it being really good, and I like it because it helps keep you warm. And like bone marrow is supposed to have a lot of nutrients and stuff, and it's made by like boiling down the bones and using the bone marrow, I think. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I'm not an authority on this. This is just me rambling. I don't know, whatever. So I guess I can start blending it. I guess it's because the leaves are all wilty and everything. It's been going for a few minutes. This says simmer uncovered for like 5 minutes. It doesn't say like 5 minutes, it says 5 minutes, but it's been like 5 minutes. I decided I wanted to start making more soups, and I realized that you kind of need an immersion blender to really make a lot of the soups. Like the blended ones. So I got this immersion blender. It was really cheap. It was probably like 15 euros in Germany. Now we blend. I guess I'm gonna keep the heat on. I guess it doesn't blend all the way. Here, I'll show you. So you can see it's like there's still some leafy parts in there, but I think that's okay. I don't think that's, this is what the recipe looks like, so I guess I did a pretty good job. That's pretty accurate. It's a little bit thin though, like it's very soupy, and I like it to be a little bit thicker, so I'm just gonna let it simmer with the top off, the lid off for a little while, because my boyfriend comes home in like an hour, and then we're gonna go play tennis, and then we'll come back and eat it, so I won't leave it on when we go play tennis, but I'll leave it going until then, and then just leave it, well, I guess I'll cover it when we're gone, so no flies get in or anything, but I think it's okay. I need to taste it. It's good. Nice and soupy. You know what? This is almost empty. I'm not gonna use that. I will use some of this creme fraiche though. I think that would be good in it. As long as it's still good. me make sure the other recipe I'm gonna do, because I have another green recipe, because it has a lot of the same ingredients, so I thought I'd just do 2 of them together. We used it for a fish soup. It was like fish and cucumber. It was really good though. It tasted kind of like tzatziki. I think it would be really nice in the summer because the cucumber's really fresh, and we ate it cold one day and it was really good. So, since I'm a wine person, if you don't know me, I just got my master's in viticulture, enology, and wine marketing, and then I've worked in wineries in Indiana, Kentucky, Napa, California. I worked at Gallo there, and then also a smaller place called William Cole, which I highly recommend. William Cole, that's some of the best wine I've ever had. And then while studying, I did an internship in Portugal in the Douro Valley, which was super fun. I love Portugal. And then I worked in Italy at Castello di Montegiove, which I loved. It's beautiful there. The owners are super nice. They have cats, which is awesome. And the wine is really good too. They have a lot of the Italian varietals, which I really like the Italian wines. And then I did my thesis in the Netherlands at Sterrenheim. And so they're a newer winery. My thesis was helping them develop a marketing plan. And that was really great. I learned a lot there, and I can't vouch for the wine because they haven't started making it, but I know the winemaker is really good. He has worked in Germany, New Zealand, New York, California. He's worked everywhere. And so I know if you ask him a question, you'll know immediately. He knows everything, like exactly what he's doing. And the viticulturalist too, she's really good. And as everyone knows, you can't make good wine without good grapes. And so I know that they're starting with good grapes because Nora's the viticulturalist, and she is so good. She's Hungarian, and I think she's worked in Austria, Hungary, and she's worked in the Netherlands for like 10 years, so she really knows like the terroir of the Netherlands. And she's so nice. But anyways, I guess if I was gonna pair a wine with this soup, I guess definitely a white wine. Probably not something too acidic. I'm getting a call. Sorry, I got a call. So the wine that I would pair with this, I mean, probably like a Chardonnay would be good. Yeah, I think like a nice Chardonnay. I really like the ones that come from Napa. I think they do it elsewhere too, but I know the ones in Napa really well. And they do a really good Chardonnay that's more fruity, like tropical fruits. But yeah, just, I mean, honestly, any Chardonnay, anything that's not like super acidic would probably be good. But even like some acidity would be not so bad. Like a Riesling might be good, like a dry Riesling or Gewürztraminer. it's all up to your tastes. So yeah, you just have to try combinations and see what you like. And personally, that would be like my choice. But if you like sparkling, sparkling's a little bit bitter. But if you really like it, it probably wouldn't do too poorly with this. Not overly anything. It's not overly salty. It's not overly vegetal. So I think a wine that's not going to overpower it in any way would be good. Here's our final meal. We have bread with brie and Dijon, and then we'll put some of my extra arugula, rocket, and then our soup. Okay, that's it.